control of our own lives, but really mostly we aren't. And there's a little bit of reality check that we have to have there. And I think we lack remarkably this control that we think we have in our lives. I think we don't actually have this control. And once we fully realize how little control we have over our lives, there's a lot of it is randomness, or not. If you might be a believer of fate, and that things only, like Einstein believed that things only happen once. Everything only happens in the way that it can happen, and there's no other way. You might be a believer of that, or you might be a believer that it's all just kind of chaos. And I don't know where I sit on that exactly. I'm still figuring that out. But, there does seem to be certain things in life that have happened in a certain sequence that have got me to a certain place. But maybe that's all just the way that it's worked out. Who knows? I mean, it's all a bit of a mystery. Life. And it's a bit too deep for a frothy morning show. This subject. But anyway... I think when or anybody realizes how little control we have, things that cause that are probably a friend or a family member that dies, and it really sort of sinks deep into you at that point. And you realize that you could be dead tomorrow. Any kind of friend or family member could die at any moment. And the clock is always ticking away, and we spend our seconds constantly, never knowing really how many are left. And most people's defense from this obvious truth is not to think about their own ultimate demise, whereas a certain kind of neurotic thinks about it almost on a daily basis. We think about it constantly, how we're going to die. Is there something wrong with us? Or, it's all a big gamble in the end. It's all, it all has its place. And I don't know. There's lots of things. There's like hypochondria comes into things. We've got this. I don't know. I kind of go down that road sometimes. I think if I notice some kind of change in my body, or I get sick, or straight away I go to cancer. I go online, and anything that you type in, never go online. If there's anything wrong with you, don't go see a doctor. Don't go online, because I guarantee it. Any symptom you might have, if it's a little headache or a cold, if you type those things into Google, it will come up with cancer, and you'll spend the rest of your day thinking you're going to die in some kind of horrible terminal way. And it's just a bad idea to type cancer. If you type mouth cancer into Google, you'll find out. Don't do that, by the way. It's terrible. It's a horrible thing to type into Google. You'll come up with all sorts of stuff that will scare you. And it's just amazing, the body, how many things can go wrong with it. And it's probably why I veered away. Initially, I wanted to become a doctor, and I started to study it, and I realized how many bloody things there are that can go wrong with this system that we have. It only takes one organ that's vital for something to fuck up with, and you could be dead. That could be the end of it. The end of it all. Unless it's a kidney, because you've got two of those. But, it'd be nice if we were born with two of everything. 2 hearts, 2 livers. 2 sets of, 2 sets of breasts. If you're a woman. And, just in case you lose a couple, I don't know. There should be spares of everything. It would have been a lot better if that was the case. We could feel a little bit more secure. Whereas as it is now, no, where you just, something happens to you, you can't really do much to reverse that. If something goes wrong with your heart, you can get a heart transplant, but if you're a poor person, it becomes a class issue then. If you're really rich, you can get some good medical treatment, If you're really poor, you may be 600th on the heart donor list, and I don't think you're going to get a heart in time. I'm sorry to say. I think you're going to be dead before someone decides to donate their heart. And I can't really even talk. I'm not an organ donor. Maybe I should be, but I kind of get a little bit. It's a horrible thing, isn't it? I probably should be a donor, but my concern is they may need these organs quickly, and it's very selfish, because I kind of think, well, maybe they can still save me. Maybe they'll make this horrible decision that, will we take his lung or spend another hour or so, trying to revive him. Because I did my first aid certificate, and I remember them saying that you could, it's not like the movies where they say after about 30 seconds of trying, they say, let him go, he's gone. Just stop doing CPR. Apparently in real life, you can do CPR for about 2 or 3 hours and still revive somebody. It's possible to bring them back. So, I don't want that decision being made of, we need his lung, we need his heart, cut it out, let him die. I don't want that taking precedence over just trying to get me back to life, because you may be able to get me back to life by just persisting and just put in some fucking work and get me back to life. For goodness sake, if you ever see me dying on the side of a road, spend a little bit of time doing CPR before you start thinking about giving away my organs. I don't want the pressure being there, so I don't donate. And that may be, if you've got a better opinion of that, if you're an organ donor, write in, let me know. Convince me to be an organ donor and not be so selfish with my bloody organs. I don't know why I'm so selfish with organs. Because they're mine, I suppose. I don't want to give them away. I don't want someone else with my penis walking around. That would be just terrible. I don't want that happening. I think that's that's something that's it's not right, is it? It's not right. The heart and lungs I can see, but why would you donate a penis? If something's gone wrong with your penis, they've had to cut it off. I'm sorry, mate. That's you're going to have to pee in a bag from now on. I'm not donating that to you. I'm not having someone else masturbate my penis while I'm dead. That's not happening. I'm not happy with that going on in the world. So, sorry. And I'm not donating arms and legs. I might do arms and legs actually, because even if they could, as long as they're persistent and they're happy with that, they're going to work on me for a little while longer after everything. Just do your level best to revive me if I do. If you are an ambulance officer and you are trying to get me back to life after some horrible incident, do your level best and then donate whatever shit you want. And burn me at the end of the day. I want to be cremated. I don't really want to be buried in the ground. That seems horrible. Burn me, out of sight, out of mind, and just I don't know where I'd want to be dropped. It doesn't really matter. Just drop me in the sea. Let me sort of float out into the sea for the fish to nibble on my ashes. That kind of thing. That's what I really want. That's my wishes, if anyone sees this. And I don't know. It's interesting. I've just had a Twitter by Ian. Sorry. I always call him Andy because it's kind of Ian Dyson. There's an Andy in that somewhere, and he's twittered in and said even Carl is an organ donor. Well, not the eyes. Yeah, Carl Pilkington didn't like the idea of the eyes being into the he didn't want to be a blind ghost. I think he said that was nobody wants to be a blind ghost. bumping into stuff, whatever he was on about. Crazy guy. And we got 4 minutes left on the show. Might play out another track, and I don't know if I'm feeling up for it. Might have another drink and do early morning drink, just to get things rolling, and play out one more track, I think, and maybe do another show. But if no one calls in, if I've got no more Skypers, I think everybody's in bed still in Australia, and in America, England, I'm not really sure at the time. It's probably sort of, I don't know what it is in England. It's probably towards the evening or something. And it's not really a lot happening. But if I can get, maybe I can get Alexis or somebody like that, someone else that I know, to Skype in. We'll have a bit of a chat with them. Maybe they've got some neurosis I don't really know about. And I might spend the morning playing online poker. And that's I'll play a track out and we'll wrap this up. That was it for the Neurotic Dustbin of ideas. And I've yabbered on long enough. And if you're still listening now, there's not only something wrong with you, but hopefully, what's his name? I've forgotten his name already. Not Derek. Gerard. Gerard, if you're still listening, I hope you've been a little more impressed with this show than the other shows, just slightly. If you've lasted 42 minutes, you've done well. So I don't know how you can abuse me too much. If the monotony, you say my voice is monotonous, and you're welcome to say that. But just keep it in mind. If you are listening this long, there must be a reason for it. So maybe not so monotonous after all. Just think about that as we go to our final track of the evening, and maybe do your little show, and I'll listen to that, and I'll let you know what I think, and if it's a lot better than this, then I'll concede. Anyway, this is Can't Go Back Now by the Weepies, and we'll take it out, and I'll see you again next time.
Yesterday when you were young, everything you needed done was done for you. Now you do it on your own, but you find you're all alone. What can you do? You and me, walk on, walk on, walk on, 'cause you can't go back now. You know there will be days when you're so tired that you can't take another step. The night will have no stars, and you'll think you've gone as far as you'll ever get. But you and me, walk on, walk on, walk on, 'cause you can't go back now. And you wanna be. If you ever turn around, you'll see me. I can't really say why everybody wishes they were somewhere else, but in the end the only steps that matter are the ones you take all by yourself.